So I told my GPS to take me to Kmart because there's 2 left in Kansas City. It took me to Kmart, but it took me to the wrong Kmart. I mean, it got me there, but this one's not open. This one is how most of them are these days. So gonna have to recalculate and find the actual right one. That's funny. That's funny. This goes to show you Kmart's not doing so well, and that's why we're making this video. So this is the one I thought it was taking me to. Yeah, and this is not Prairie View Road. I'm on Vivian Road in North Kansas City. So this is where we're headed. This to that one. That one's still open, and that's where I thought we were going. But no big deal. Let's head there.
Dad, look, here's all the Nintendo. You said you'd get me Game Boy.
I said I'd think about it.
Well,
Okay, you can have it.
thanks. Dad, I just want you to know, you and Mom can play with it whenever you want.
You're spoiling.
This is more like it. Let's go inside. Also, I'd like to note that they have a 10 to 50% off everything sign. Summer Blowout, they call it. I think that's low-key keyword for it's now or nothing. We're close to closing down. Anyway, this Kmart is connected to a small strip mall. But yeah, let's just go inside, see what we can find. Yeah, I was surprised to see the 10 to 50% off sign hanging outside, as I pointed out a second ago. And I do apologize for the shaky camera. Again, I'm just filming discreetly with the GoPro Hero Session. I am going to stabilize it as much as I can, so it doesn't make you sick while you're watching my video here. So now we're walking in. Summer Blowout, 10 to 50% off. Just kind of going around here. They had pretty good inventory, I'd say. This Kmart's not dead yet. It's flirting with death, I would say. Very old. It smelled like the 90s, honestly. The floors they kept polished, which is nice, but the tile is old. There's a lot of brown and white tile just throughout the whole thing. It is well lit. The signs are dated, I'd say. The signage for the different aisles, very dated. And we're turning the corner here. This is the pharmacy area, and the reason why I'm showing this is I want to show you this little pharmacy waiting area with the heart rate monitor machine. We've got 3 little chairs, but this thing looks like it's from the 70s. It really does. It's got the old Kmart logo, made out of wood. There's a sign on the bench that's worn, so yeah. The carpet needs to be replaced so bad. It is so dirty and so old looking. Kind of empty on the shelves. Some of the shelves are kind of empty. A little disorganized. But yeah, this is all this is the makeup aisle. Old signage over there. Employees only area. Clothing. Everything was marked on the summer blowout sale. They're just trying to push inventory at this point. I understand. Despite the old carpet, this seems to be one of the cleaner Kmarts, because the other Kmart on State Avenue in Kansas City, Kansas, not only is it in a ghetto area, it itself is pretty ghetto on the inside. So I'd have to say this one does look better than the other one. And I'm not sure if I'll film that one or not. It's not 100%. And as you can see, they have a little appliance area, just like Sears. Now these seem to be better deals than what Sears had, but these are also cheaper washer and dryers. They're Kenmore brand, but they're like the basic necessity appliances. Nothing fancy, nothing digital. It's all just knobs. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're really hurting on some money and you really need a washer and dryer, Kmart is where you should go. And I didn't realize it at first, but this is the electronics section. And what do you notice with this electronics section that's in common with Sears? Beds. They have more beds than they do have electronics. They have beds, they have mattresses, they have a few TVs. There are no video game anything. They have a bunch of DVDs nobody will ever watch. But there was no gaming anything. No Xbox, no Nintendo, no PS4, none of that. The only thing that appealed to me was the $100 mini fridge, and even that is probably too expensive. I couldn't believe it. I had never seen an electronics aisle with no gaming section whatsoever. All the gaming section had been taken out and replaced with beds and mattresses to push their sales of those. Look at this. All beds, all mattresses. They shouldn't even call it electronics. They really shouldn't. There's no longer an electronics section. Unless you want to buy a DVD. And then next, I was going to their toy section, which is also pretty small. Not stocked with very many things. So. And now we're walking through sporting goods. Had a decent amount of stock, just nobody buying anything. Just a customer here and there. Now we're walking into the garden center. Stocked full of merchandise, but not one customer besides myself. If Kmart keeps up with these trends, they won't make it. They just won't make it. And I don't see them making it. There's just nobody's interested in Kmart. I'm sorry. You can get all this stuff a lot cheaper at Walmart. Maybe even Target. And to me, in my opinion, the Blowout signage is desperation of a company trying to save itself. Here's the auto care, which their auto center looked like it had some business, but if I were an employee there, I would be very nervous about my job. I really would. Here's some outdoor furniture, outdoor area. That lady cut me off, so I cut through. Smaller appliances. Look at the brown tile. I know it's at least maintained and cleaned, but it is old. It is very dated. Just have a look. It just needs to be updated, but at least they do polish it. That means somebody halfway cares. Towards the front of the store, we have a bunch of coolers with different kinds of drinks on the inside, and then the ice machine box thing, ATM machine, This is customer service up at the front. What I thought was interesting was the Missouri Lottery vending machine. And I think that lady behind the counter saw my camera, but it didn't matter because I was leaving anyway. Hey, this Kmart was pretty dead, but they sent a few customers in there. Had more inventory than the Sears, but again, the Sears is closing. This is not closing yet, but I could see it closing in the next year or so, possibly. It may last a little longer. They seem to have quite a bit of inventory, but their electronics section is next to nothing, as you saw. The auto center was kind of popping. Nothing crazy, but this Kmart, I think, still serves this community just a little bit, but you really gotta be like desperate, like maybe if you don't feel like going to Target or Walmart or something. They had stuff marked down. The only real deal I thought was maybe the mini fridge for $100 on that blowout sale. It was like 23% off, which is a weird number, but yeah. Pharmacy was still up and running. The auto center was still up and running. The garden center was plenty stocked, but nobody shopping in there, in that area especially. So yeah.